talking about mental health tools and resources to help get you through what you're going through. I mean, I was 23 when my life was kind of drastically changed with the loss of my dad, who was, this enormous presence in my life. Um, and I felt very alone. I was going through grief and despair. And to be completely honest, I didn't do anything. I let those emotions sort of take over my life. It impacted me physically for sure. I lost a ton of weight, an unhealthy amount, obviously. Um, Now, 2.5 years later, I'm very proactive about my mental health. I think in part because of what I went through when I was younger, and looking back on it, I was incredibly lucky. And not everyone has this, but to have family and friends who proactively checked in on me and made sure I was doing okay when I definitely wasn't. Um, I'm very grateful I made it out of the deepest, darkest part of of my depression. And now, because I don't really want to ever have those feelings again, or at least prevent them as much as I can, now is where I'm taking care of my mental health on an active basis. So I exercise routinely now. That just works for me. It may not work for everyone, but it's kind of just what I do. I hate running, but I'd run. I don't like the physical activity of it, but as soon as you get into that rhythm and that step, there's something. It's called a runner's high, obviously, but there's something in my mind where I kind of just let loose. I'm distracted by my pain, most likely physically, but I I stopped thinking for a bit, and that's really, really helpful for me. I'm huge into music. Um, Music is great for me. Both playing it and listening to it are very, very almost therapeutic. The biggest thing I'm doing right now is almost once a week, sometimes more, I'm going to the equivalent of a group therapy session. I've tried one-on-one counseling, and it works wonders for people. Of course, it does, but for me, it just wasn't for me. The group where I can relate to people who have gone through similar experiences has been just incredible to meet people who have had a very awful similar experience, talk about what they're going through, and I can identify with that. So it really is, in the end, the best mental health tool, I think, is finding people who have had that similar experience. And again, it comes back to talking about your experience and what you went through.